Hey guys, welcome back. It's me, Shockwave, in the booth with Nathan, sorry, not Frank, Nathan Unbreakable. And we've got open bracket matches coming at you for tonight. The first one going to be Cyber Bullies versus Apex.LiNK, the European team. Pretty exciting stuff.
This is open round 6, which is awesome.
Yeah,
the open bracket's been moving pretty fast this tournament.
Yeah, well, we were having fun on the main stage with the All-Star Classic, the big free-for-all, and the Stride Championship Series. There's been players battling it out all day today to get into the winner's bracket in this final bracket for the championships tomorrow. So this is a huge match. It's real late tonight, so the winner of this should be able to move kind of farther up into the bracket, be able to play one of these pro teams, these the 16th, 15th seeded teams, in order to kind of move their way up. So a pretty important match for these guys.
And of course, I mean, if you haven't noticed by now, there are no championship bracket matches tonight. It all starts tomorrow morning because this is all about the fun night. You know, we had the All-Star Classic, we have the free-for-all, and now we get some open bracket, which we never get to see on the stream. So I'm pretty excited for this.
You know, we love seeing the pro players play, you know, the real good teams match up against each other. But you talked about it. We don't necessarily get to see too much open bracket at these events. And for some reason, I feel like the open bracket matches always seem to be the most exciting.
Definitely, because, you know, you see the pro players every event, but it's these open player guys that, like, they got to start somewhere, just like everybody does. You don't just become a pro instantly. So it's nice to see these guys that you hear, like I've heard a lot of these names before, and actually see them play, and, you know, they might be huge. They might go into the championship bracket, and it's nice to see winners 6, you know, see where they can go from here.
Exactly, and they're getting some exposure to kind of the audience. A lot of people maybe not knowing who these guys necessarily are, especially the guys coming from Europe. Obviously, a lot of the Europeans are going to know most of the players on this team, if not all of them. But for the American players, I'm sure it's going to be a little bit different seeing these guys. It's kind of like in sports, you know, you get a nationally televised game for a smaller college, you can get better recruiting. I mean, maybe these guys might be thinking a little bit like that. Maybe it's time for them to perform, but I'm sure right now they're in the moment. They're just trying to move up in the bracket.
Of course. And, of course, now that we're looking at the teams, let's run through the rosters real quick. On Cyber Bullies on the left, we have Prawn, Decliner, Faultline, and Foley. There's a nice shot of them right there. And then we go over to the right side with Apex.LiNK. We have Fusion, Riots, Ramirez, and Reaction. That's a lot of R's.
Yeah,
that's alliteration.
That is a lot of R's, and that is our European team. We pretty much the big name that at least I know for sure is going to be Reaction. He was on Power back in Halo 3 when Power was actually breaking into the top 16 at the events. So we know that he's a solid player for us here. It's these other guys a little bit more unknown, but from what we've heard, they're some of the top European players. So we know that they're coming over here to compete, and they are very good. But on the other side, Cyber Bullies, Prawn, Decliner, both of those players have placed very well. I think they've been in the pools every single event this year.
Definitely. And I'm really excited for this match because, you know, you have like StarCraft and you see all the Koreans and players from all over the country, or sorry, all over the world. And it's so cool to see teams that come over from Europe to play Halo because most of it's, you know, North America and you don't see that much variety, but I love seeing teams that travel that far to come out and compete. So I'm really excited to watch this matchup.
Yeah, we saw East versus West Coast Halo matchup because we know it's kind of most Halo players within the United States are the only ones that can get to these tournaments. Always great to see these European. Saw the Australian team Immunity a few events ago. They may even be here. I'm not exactly sure, but it's always great to see those guys come overseas and finally make it to the match or to a tournament. But, you know, we're kicking it off with Faultline from Cyber Bullies in CTF Sanctuary. It's weird. This is the first match that really actually means something all night.
Actually, I got to correct you. This is Slayer.
Oh, this
Sanctuary.
is Slayer.
Yeah,
yes, the open bracket.
Yeah, don't forget, we are playing open bracket game types.
Sorry, you know, I see the map and I immediately assume CTF, thinking it's a 5-game series. What we see is it is Slayer, and Cyber Bullies opening up with a 2-1 lead here as Faultline getting into the LiNK base. And it looks like they're kind of going for just a base setup right now, kind of ignoring these LiNK players.
Faultline with a nice double, going for the triple. He's going to back out of there. Going down, as Cyber Bullies has a 6-2 lead right now. Decliner with the snipe.
Decliner's kind of sitting in his courtyard. He's going to let his teammates finish off this kill. As he's going to lay down cover fire for his teammates, trying to make it up the main ramp. He's going to pick off Fusion as Prawn getting beaten down by Reaction, but you can see a 10-4 lead as Cyber Bullies really starting to control the LiNK base.
Decliner missing some shots out of ammo, but it doesn't matter as it looks like his team's getting set up. 10-5 lead. Decliner's getting hit from 2 angles, able to pull off that nice kill, get the killing spree before he goes down.
Decliner, a player, you know, you don't get to see a lot of on the main stage. He hasn't necessarily been broken into the pro ranks, but I talked about it. I believe he's made it out of the open bracket every single event he's attended this year, which is all of them at this point. So he's been there before. He's a good player, and I think, you know, pretty underrated. You know, I personally, I don't really think of Decliner and think of like a great player, but his record's got to speak for itself.
Definitely. I mean, again, we haven't really seen any open bracket all season, but these are names that, regardless, I've heard throughout the entire community, throughout events. You know, I always hear about these guys, so it's nice to actually be able to like put a face to the name and see how they play.
You see now though, LiNK doing a great job coming back, dropping it's only a 2-kill lead now, going up to 3, no, back to 2. Halo so fast, so hard to keep track when you're saying things like that. But we're jumping on board with Ramirez with the sniper for LiNK, and frankly, I've never seen him play.
Also, Riots has the other sniper, so it looks like Apex in a great position right now as they take a 2-point lead. And I'm sorry, as soon as I see Ramirez, I always think of Modern Warfare 2. I don't know if that's anyone else, but you know, where like the whole time in campaign, they're like, Ramirez, go save the cheeseburger place.
Yeah, but maybe where he got his name, who knows, honestly.
I don't know. If it was, that would be awesome.
What we see is LiNK is taking a 3-kill lead and has just complete control right now of the Cyberbully base, but the Cyberbullies did a great job of just completely getting out of their base untouched, and we're going to see a flank. Decliner's going to be flanking through the top middle, and we're also seeing Prawn in the courtyard of LiNK as well, so almost a complete map switch here from these two teams, and you gotta say, that's a great play by Cyberbullies, knowing full well that they needed to just switch the map to get some sort of control back.
And just like that, Decliner picking off a headshot with that sniper that he just picked up. And that's the kind of momentum swing you need as they're down 5 kills right now.
Sanctuary, Team Slayer, the leads never seem to last in this game type. We'll also watch a team go up 30-15, and then the 15-kill team come firing back in the second half of the game and just completely take it. So this is one of those games that, you know, you need to fight to the very end.
And I love when it comes down to the very end. Both teams have the sniper, and no one else wants to poke their head out.
So
it's very intense.
very, very intense to say the least.
But it looks like we might not be going to that because LiNK right now is in a 9-kill lead.
And they still have control of the Cyberbullies base. You see Ramirez right there. He's been at the sniper hut for Cyberbullies for so long now. He's just been running around there, causing so much distraction and mayhem. And another huge thing about being at the sniper hut, you're causing the other team to spawn in their rocks consistently. And that is easily the worst spawn in the Team Slayer on Sanctuary. That is the last place you want to be.
Especially you can see where Riot's right now. He has the sniper, and it may not seem like that much, but he's in the hut over the rocks. That's high ground. Even though there's rocks to cover, he has a sniper, so you better be careful. And
a smart play, bringing that sniper back to his own base and helping his team kind of clear their own side out. A 13-kill lead here, now 12 for LiNK. As Foley, though, is going to pick up the camo. That was what they really needed, and a huge snipe there by Fusion to kind of shut him down.
Apex has really been in charge of these snipers this game, and that might be what's giving them the lead as we see Fusion still has the sniper. We're actually putting good shots in the ring. 13-point lead right now for LiNK.
They can come back, but at the same time, 14 kills is huge, especially the way we've seen LiNK play and the way that LiNK is consistently getting into the sniper. Fusion actually picking up a huge double kill with the sniper, and now we see Riots with a sniper bottom middle, and Fusion now with a sniper in the Cyberbullies courtyard.
And what you were saying, Apex still forcing Cyberbullies to spawn in the rocks. And that's just, it's a hard place to get out of when they're set up.
Exactly. You want control of your sniper hut. It gives you a little bit more balance, especially on your own side. But Cyberbullies just can't seem to get out of these rocks and get control. LiNK doing such a solid job of just making sure they control that area and causing just complete chaos, honestly, on the Bully side. They don't know where they control right now.
Fusion just doing great shots all around the map. Took down 2 players. As the Apex.LiNK is only 4 kills away. Now, of course, this is open bracket, so it's best of 3. So first to 2 wins moves on.
And maybe there could be a little bit of nerves playing on the main stage.
Oh, definitely. I mean, I've never played on the main stage, but I just assume, you know, because we've never streamed open brackets, so these guys aren't used to it at all.
Exactly. And there we see it as Apex.LiNK is going to take game 1 after a strong performance by Fusion and Riots. The 2 snipers consistently saw those 2 guys, the snipers in their hands, and they held it down with Fusion going positive 12, 17-5, and Riots going 16-10, positive 6.
That's ridiculous.
So you can see the Europeans giving it to Cyber Bullies right now, right off the bat, to take a 1-0 lead. But we're going to have Zealot, CTF when we come back after a quick commercial break.